Hey, what's up, guys? Sorry about that. Yo, yo, yo. Okay. Bitcoin 72K. Crazy, crazy days, guys. Let's take a look at the majors. Let me just change this out of here. Perfect. And let's find where's our drawings. That's where our drawing was? I thought I did more drawings on BTC, but... Oh, there it is. So yeah, look at that. Look at that trend we were drawing out. So yeah, it's actually settling... Oops, right there. So... would have been something like that. Instead... Right? So yeah, we were looking at this. It almost followed my green line perfectly, so we'll get rid of this guy. You know, I just thought it'd continue trending up. We had one more dip down to sort of create an even higher low and then just continue ripping up from there. Basically on futures open for Sunday. Yeah, BTC dominance up a little bit, of course. A little bit up, of course. But yeah, as we said, it could zigzag around here, so nothing too crazy. This is looking good, though. So this, I would say, is looking good. This is a really interesting inflection point. We want to see something like that play out, and that would actually be bullish for... that'd be bullish for the rest of the market. This is the USDT dominance, so this is like all the US dollar tether. And watching this drop down at this significant rate means all the people that were sidelined are getting back in. ETH BTC, let's take a quick look at that. Yeah, of course, this is, you know, we're zigzagging around here because BTC is doing what it do. You know, green candlestick up. BTC's good at that. It's leading the market right now. I think we continue trending up to 75K. I think that's kind of our next sort of inflection point, 75K and then 78K. So let's just put some markers there. 75, 78. Did I have other drawings? I did have other drawings. So yeah, this was kind of our resistance point for the all-time high, and then once we break through it with strength, we really gassed and continued on up, trending. But of course, our squiggles made it all the way, right? Like, so we've been squiggling since way back here. Been showing you guys the sauce, right? You could have entered here. It would have revisited your entry, but if your stop loss was like down where it's supposed to be, you know, entering at 38K and stop loss at like 36K around here, 36.6, you could have held that trade, right? Like, you could have held this breakout trade. Let me do the 36.6-ish. You'd be up 16 Rs right now, 86%. So yeah, pays to watch, pays to pay attention, pays to be in this. One thing I didn't do. Let me just quickly share the link out so we can get some people on the stream. I didn't do that. I feel like a total slacker for not doing that. Okay. And then just to my Telegram. Good to go. Okay. Okay, back to what we were doing there. Okay. Oh, it's pushing up right now. Live on stream. Current all-time high. 72,862. This is just on BitGet. I mean, what one were we actually looking at? Crypto. So this is like the trading view one that they use. It sucks because you can't get the VP. So I use Coinbase. I think we used Coinbase at some point. We didn't. Should probably just start using Coinbase as like our main point of interest. But we can see here on Coinbase 72,945. Wow. So Coinbase wicked up almost to 73K already. And let's see, is it leading? 627, 691, no, 669, 685. They're all within pretty close because some of these are perpetual price and some of these are spot. This one's a spot price. 599, that's a spot price. We're up to 700 on Bybit perps. And you can see this type of stuff happen because what a perp will do is the price will be a little bit higher to incentivize shorters to take position. I would not advise shorting this. I would not, let me repeat, I would not advise shorting this. This is not financial advice. Don't listen to me, but I wouldn't advise shorting this market. 4 viewers, not bad. So yeah, guys. Where were we? ETH BTC. So we're looking at this guy to just play around. Hopefully it'll break out of here. This sort of zone, the 0.06 zone needs to break out. We might still have resistance at this 0.058 coming back up. But of course on US dollar terms, we're still on this very strong trend with ETH. And let's see, what were we looking at on a lower time frame here? So we hit our target here. Didn't really plan anything from here to here, but then we're waiting for the 13th, which 2 days away, to see sort of what happens with the network. We've already pushed out of this range that I thought we'd push sideways in. So I think I don't see us going down anytime soon. We might have some sort of dip, like if we're here and then dip a bit, but I think it just continues on up. I don't think the gas fees really matter to whales that like really are invested in ETH and like lots of people that still use ETH with large amounts of capital. The security of the chain definitely brings people's attention. So I don't think, like, I get that Solana maxis are like Solana. I'm one of those maxis. It's going to outperform ETH. But that having been said, ETH is still going to be a dominant player, sort of the silver to BTC's gold in these markets. So just keep that, you know, sort of pay attention to that, I should say. Keep that in mind when you're making your decisions. Let me just reset this. It's getting a little weird. It's like I had a little neck kink or something. Anyway, speaking of Solana, let's just have a look at this because it looks like, you know, I was seeing more bullishness happening here, but I think it's stalling again, just due to things like Sol BTC and Sol ETH. Sol ETH looks a little stronger, but I think again we're just kind of in this flag and we're breaking out of it. This didn't make a lower low, so technically this trend line is sufficient. We should see it move out of here, I think, with both of these. Did this one make a lower low? It looks like a double bottom. It did make a lower low, so we can readjust that trend line then. Oh, we did. I think we readjusted it. Yep. So that's the proper trend line. You know, tried to break out here. It failed. I think potentially another test on this trend line here. Or sorry, this support line. So something like that we can see play out in the coming days as BTC slows down. Solana gains strength against it. Gains strength against Ethereum eventually. And we'll notice that in the US dollar pairing. Where are we here? Wow, so that was pretty well placed, I'm not gonna lie. That, you know, we wanted to make sure that we placed this stop underneath this support line, 135. And, you know, luckily it is just under that, so this is not tagged out yet. I think we got enough of a bounce off this and sort of, I think I had a trend coming down this way. So we had a failure and a big liquidation and then bounce back up and then retest this previous structure's bull flag coming back down and then sort of shot out of there. Now we're on a new sort of bull flag here on Solana from about there. And, you know, we came out of it strong with the move on BTC and then retest. So we're retested that trend line and we're continuing on up now. I think Solana looks positioned to be probably one of the better risk to reward plays. Just again moving forward in towards the higher prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum. We're going to see things like Solana outperform because we're still this far from all-time high, right? 260 is all-time high, and that's still, you know, just under 80% away. So I think it's much easier for something like Solana to double to catch up to Ethereum near all-time highs and Bitcoin near all-time highs. Potentially even faster than some people comprehend. We saw this big liquidation down to where we saw the price move from 100 to 150 within the matter of a couple days. 5th at 9, and then it hit 150. You know, we could say right here it hit 150 the 7th at 9. So 2 days, literally in 2 days, price teleported over 50%. Okay, so again, I think Solana can move a lot faster than people anticipate. We can see that, like, the way I've drawn this is almost the way that it's moved. Because this thing is going to continue gaining strength in numbers as it moves up, and meme coins are being rotated into, guys, like big time rotations. Let's take a look at that real quick, because here we are with at $2.09. You know, we're up past the squiggles. The squiggles are doing their job. Look at this. Do you see the angle that I drew? Do you see the angle this is doing? Right? So we've got this sort of projection happening on the tops here. Similar to what we saw on Bitcoin. These massive pendants that are forming upwards. These usually are like bullish. And you know, I think $4 is the next target, right? 2 to 4 should be easier for this guy as we see the amount of strength that meme coins have. Bonk, we're still in this. Look at that, it's following our Omni as well. Big flag. right? Myro. It's a little bit wonky of a flag, right? But it's still a flag. Just go like that. It might not make it that low. 260 mil again. Stopped at 280 there, so. Doge, people seeing big pushes up on Doge, right into the place we were talking about. You know, it come up and rest on top of this box range. Look for something to play coming out of here. It's pretty simple, guys, right? Here's your flag. Right? It looks like it's already breaking out. Because technically, like, you go from the high to the low. So it'd be kind of like that. Right, it hasn't made another low. When it makes another low, if it does, then we would draw this out farther. But right now it's attempting to rotate this very sharp flag, right? So we want to see some, you know, constructive price action to about here. And then this is sort of the breakout situation right there. So, I mean, you could enter it at any point moving up this as well. But just know that until it's over this, it's going to be a little more risky, right? So once you're out of this section of volume that it went sharp up and down, so there's a lot of velocity that happened here, right? Kazanomics would call this like a local perception, local monopoly of perception. So anyways, as it moves up in each of these stages, this is kind of where you'd want to see push up out of there. Right, Pepe, right, it was flagging and it just pushed right up. Now it's basing on top of the flag. So I think this is a good place to look for something to play as well, because, you know, you play it with, I don't want it to go underneath the flag, right? So just look for some kind of continuation play in this. SHIB, people were saying a big move up on SHIB. Yeah, look at that. Big push up on SHIB. It looks like it's starting to come out of this flag itself, but there's a lot of, here's a lot of volume right here. So we want to see something above this. Once we get above that volume, we're going to be pretty happy. GME. This looks like a coiler if I ever seen one. Right, so price pushing down, pushes out and up, attempting to rotate this big flag, and now we can see another flag being formed. Right, I think this potentially is, if we're looking at it correctly, that's the low, so the flag is actually like that. And then now it's attempting to rotate this one as well. So I think this is actually a really, it's a good inflection point, because we can see here, this is kind of what's trying to be created. And we're on a lot of volume right there as well. So yeah, I think this is looking really bullish. Obviously better to look at it on something like this, because then you can see the truth of the scale. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of that because that's the psychology cheat sheet. We don't need that anymore. We've gone over that enough. We're out of the gutters. We're into disbelief, guys. This is disbelief right here. Suckers rally, right? So in these lows, that's where we see a suckers rally. But this is a very interesting price action that I've seen. Typically, this type of price action is very constructive. It's usually going to resolve to the upside when it does this. And it's usually on the third that we see it, right? 1, 2, third push. So this is 1, 2, third time is the charm, right? You've heard that. Third time is the charm. And why it trips people out is because people are like, oh, okay, well, this is a bear flag, and the bear flag's going to go down. And it's like, well, actually it's not, because it's broken out of the bull flag. So bull flags are made up of bear flags, and bear flags are made up of bull flags. So just keep that in mind, that you have to know what time scale the picture that you're looking at is. And the scale that we're looking at for this is more of like this. We were looking at more of a daily. Let me get a drink of water. Okay, so yeah, we were looking at more of a daily time scale. Although the daily, I think this one, it was giving me weird daily stuff. Dex screener. Now this one's going to have a bunch of stuff. Whoops, let's try to minimize this. Oh, that's what we want. Minimize some of that stuff so we can look at it more on a larger time frame. Daily. Right, so this is kind of what we're looking at on the daily. Look at all these lines. Start erasing some of these things. Right, so large bull flag was technically like this. Right, so breaking out of this large bull flag, and then we created this uptrend. Now we create another flag off that uptrend. This is actually, it's better what I'm looking at here, you can see. Yeah, we'll be done in just a couple minutes here, guys. I just wanted to quickly look at this GME. So yeah, coming out of this major bull flag, create an uptrend. Now we're in another flag off of that uptrend. And like I was showing you guys last time, we're in this major boss volume profile here. So we're really pushing up against this boss, basing on top of the point of control. And right now is probably your best risk to reward buy on something like this. You could buy here, stick your risk down underneath these lows even, or underneath this low. Really, you don't want to see it come too far out of these lows. So you could do this 35%. Say you put in $100, you're risking $35. You target the highs, your risk is 11.89. So 11.89 of $35. Right, so that's a good risk reward. You know, for every $35 that you could lose, you're gonna make 11.89 times that. Right, so you can calculate that out. You know, if you wanted to put $1,000, whatever you wanted to put, it would work out that way, right? So one thing else to take a look at, we're bouncing off this 100 MA. So I think this is the support, as we see trend forming. This was a low, high, higher low. Now we're looking for a higher high, but in this smaller trend, we're in a low, high, higher low, higher high. This is our higher low, and we should be looking for a higher high from here. So yeah, guys, I think that's all that I'm going to cover today. Definitely keep your eyes out on the markets, on, you know, all the meme coins and things like that. Like, we can see BTC breaking up right now, making new highs. And that's all for this one.